Hi, I'm Lucas and I want to show you how I built this 25 meters. Actually, this is 25 and that's 5. So 30 meters long and 3.5 by 1.5 meters tall retaining wall out of recycled tires and pounded dirt. We'll cover all the logistics, structural integrity, how I made sure that the tires stay in place even with increased pressure of wet dirt behind them, tips and tricks we learned, what not to do, what I would recommend to do and we didn't do or we started doing later in the process, tools we used, how to make sure that tires are really solid. You'd be surprised how much dirt fits into one tire, how many wheelbarrows of dirt. I was surprised by that. So all the pounding, different tools we needed to make to be able to pound them properly, not to break our backs, although we did a little bit anyway, because it's 530 tires and 212 tons of dirt manually pounded. Kind of have to break your back a bit. Well, the whole experience as such, because you don't get to see many retaining walls like this one, especially in Europe. And we did it all ourselves, mostly me and my brother, and then a lot of really good friends helped a lot as well. So this was a really nice community project and a nice experience with friends and family. The challenge was to find a good solution for this retaining wall that would go along the lines of keeping this project low budget, DIY, ecological as possible, and the usual solutions that I investigated, which were a typical retaining wall out of concrete. Another one was gabions, which is steel or iron cages filled with rocks. Then cinder blocks, which is similar to the concrete retaining wall, and they are all good solid solutions, but they are ugly. It's just a massive chunk of concrete. Imagine this would be just a massive chunk of concrete, really ugly, plus really expensive. At the time, that was 2 years ago, I was quoted between 15 to 18,000 for any of these options. That didn't include all the details you don't know about, so that was just a rough quote. Another big element of this whole project was the fact that I like being here and doing manual work. Because I work from home, from my laptop, I don't get to do any manual labor, and I like doing that. So the idea was to have this cottage for projects like that. So it didn't really make sense to pay a lot of money to have this done by someone in 2 weeks and that's it. I'd rather enjoy the process than just having it done by someone else quickly and for a lot of money. So this was a whole experience, learning things, spending quality time with friends, barbecues, beers, good talks, discussions, dancing, listening to music, and all of that is something you need in life and you want in life, and money will not buy you. You only get that by doing things. So that's what we did. This and a lot of other good stuff with it. So let's get busy. I didn't worry much about a concrete foundation, as the base soil here is clay heavy, which makes it pretty solid. Instead, I dug out a ditch for the first row of tires so they sit securely. So it's really up to you whether you want to start off a concrete foundation or not. This was a drawing in an estimate for the wire cages with rocks that would cost me around $16,000, and it still doesn't cover the corner, which is another 5 meters, so I decided against it. Each red arrow indicates where the tire is joined to the others with a wood screw. The steel rods might not be necessary, but I felt that they add a bit more to the structural integrity of the bottom rows, where the soil pressure is the highest. The entire wall will be interlocked with vegetation and its roots, providing two benefits: a visual one, as it will be a natural green wall, and a structural integrity enhancement. I'd recommend to pound as much of the dirt as possible with a tamper, doing several rounds of pounding, adding new dirt and then pounding again, and only then pound the sides of the tire with a hammer and finish off the top with the tamper again. It is faster this way and the effort is about the same. This hook is a must. It's used to lift the side of the tire to pound the dirt underneath. It creates a much more compact and sturdy pounded tire than without it. Although, as mentioned before, later during the process we would pound more using the tamper and only finish with the hammer. Here I'm doing more with the hammer, which takes more time. Why is it important to pound the sides of the tire and make them sturdy? If you don't do that, it will compromise the integrity of any tire above, make the wall slouch and potentially cave in on itself over time. Plus, it creates a more even row of tires, which is much easier to work with. You can see the hook in action here, how easy it is to lift the side of the tire and fit much more soil in one go underneath than if you just had to push it with the hammer without the hook. I also found it useful to use the hammer sideways too. It will cover more ground that way and get more soil under the side of the tire in one hit. Combined with the hook, it's a magic combination. In other videos about tire walls, you might have seen people using sledgehammers. Well, they do pack a punch, but they will destroy your back probably, because they are not as easy to handle as this 1.5 kilo hammer, which I could use standing up, and especially the taller the wall gets, you can just do it standing up without bending too much. Plus, it's much lighter. A sledgehammer is very heavy and you have to bend down to use it. This DIY thingy makes it much easier to chisel down the side of a slope. It's easier on your back too. A standard pickaxe works too, but not as good. You have to bend down again. This one you can use standing up. I also destroyed about 3 pairs of shorts and 4 t-shirts. They basically disintegrated under the stress of all the sweat, sun and wear and tear. it's winter now. I was so focused on finishing it that I didn't do any intro video before we started. I just made a bunch of photos and quick videos on how to do things, but no introduction like this one. So I'm making this one a few months after we finished it. And yeah, nice snowy country around us. And the wall here.